The top three most developed countries in Latin Americas. So I get a lot of interest, particularly in the safest, the most developed nation people are interested in. So I thought I'll cover the top three. Now, when I'm discussing these options, these are residency options which can then lead to citizenship. These options aren't necessarily the fastest or the easiest. These are purely the top three highest ranked nations, right, in Latin Americas. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jay, and here we discuss investments that lead to residencies and citizenships. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, take a moment and subscribe so you're always up to date on the latest and greatest regarding any of the programs. A lot of people aren't really interested in the fastest and the easiest because the fastest and the easiest is not necessarily the best, right? If you're looking to reside, if you're looking to move and stay and establish a good quality, safe life, then you're looking for something really developed, something really high-end, high quality. The number one on this list is Chile, a hot favorite amongst a lot of people, particularly a lot of Asians move to Chile because of the high quality of life. It's a very developed Latin American nation. So if you compare Chile with any other Latin American countries, it really ranks the highest on a lot of parameters that one would be looking for, especially the safety and the development index. So Chile is number one, right? Now let's talk a little bit about the immigration process. A lot of interest. I get a lot of requests for a video on Chile. I would be creating something in future. But the basic summary is that it's easy to establish or get started with a temporary residency. You submit your business proposal, your business plan, you file for it, you get a 1-year temporary residency. It can then eventually be converted into a more solid residency and eventually a PR and a citizenship. But it's very subjective. It's based on how your business performs. It's a little complicated. The other thing with Chile is that it's not a nomadic option, right? You can't hop around. You have to spend time on the ground. You have to really reside in the country, cover your physical presence. It used to be a lot more relaxed before, but with oversubscription, with a lot of people utilizing this option, now they seem to be checking everything, in particular your physical time on the ground, your residency, your attachment to the country, etc. But 5 years is the time frame, and that's the earliest that one can look at citizenship in Chile. The processing time once you apply is obviously higher. It could take a couple of years, up to a couple of years, for getting your eventual citizenship benefit. So you're looking at a good 5 to 7 year time frame if you're looking to get the Chile passport. Nonetheless, it's a great option if someone really is interested in moving and spending all their time in that country. So that's the number one on the list. The number two most developed is Uruguay. And Uruguay also happens to be one of the safest or the safest country in the Latin Americas. Again, I get a lot of clients inquiring about what is the safest. The answer is Uruguay, in my opinion, is the safest. Now, mind you, this is not immigration, legal, financial, or tax advice. This is my personal opinion. This is educational content. Now, one of the issues with the Uruguayan option is that, yes, you can eventually obtain your citizenship as early as 3 years. In most cases, you can apply for your citizenship, assuming that you spend time on the ground. This is also not a paper residency. Here you need physical hard time on the ground in order to be eligible to apply for citizenship. But assuming you do all of that, you go through the grind, you spend your time, and you once you apply for citizenship, the eventual citizenship benefit works slightly differently. It's notated on your travel document, on your passport. It did create some confusion when it came to travel around the world because of the passport having that notation. A lot of people don't like that. They want clarity of status, right? They want to either be classified as a full-blown citizen. So that is a slight bit of an issue with the Uruguayan option. That is one of the reasons why a lot of people get discouraged, because at the end of the day, once you put in all your hard work in getting the citizenship, you want this to be a full-blown citizenship, not something which is going to give you confusion in future. So that's the number 2 option on the list. The number 3 on my list is Argentina. Now, Argentina is not like the most developed country by any stretch. It is a developing nation. It is one of the more developed nations as compared to some of the other Latin countries, especially the poorer Latin American countries. One of the biggest advantages of Argentina is the fast path to citizenship, at least in theory, right? You reside there for a couple of years on the right permit, and then you are looking at a couple of years, and then you can be eligible to apply for your Argentinian passport. Now, if you haven't checked my videos on Uruguay and Argentina, I would highly encourage you to return and check the videos. If you're looking for the Argentinian one, I did a very recent video on Argentina. You can check that out with the link that appears above. You can return and check that out. So the other advantage of Argentina is that it has a good, solid education system. A lot of students actually move to Argentina for good quality education. The other big advantage of Argentina, it's a very fast developing economy. A lot of people moving to Argentina, so that's really boosting the growth. It's boosting the economy. A lot of trade, a lot of business that happens in Argentina, so that naturally tends to make it more developed, more faster. So it's really growing, up and coming country. On the flip side though, the disadvantages is not so much of the crime as compared to the corruption. So yes, you have the crime as you would normally expect in that part of the world. Besides the crime aspect, the corruption is one of the major issues that's reported out of Argentina. But again, it's a trade-off. It's nonetheless third on my list. Now, if you are looking to get started with your residency in any of the Latin American options that I cover, click the link in the description, book a call with us. We can discuss which best fits your circumstances and get you started with the residency of your choice. And if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up and see you in the next one.